Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're doing something a little bit different, and frankly, a whole lot of fun. I want you to imagine that it is your very first day as the brand new data analyst for the Parks and Recreation Department. You've got your coffee, you found your desk, and your boss has just handed you your very first assignment.
Okay, let's dive into this. Right here is your welcome aboard memo. Basically, your to-do list for the day. We need to pull all the data, fix database errors, narrow things down, calculate some age projections, and find unique values. By the end of this shift, you are going to be querying databases like an absolute pro.
All right, so here is your new digital desk, MySQL Workbench. This is where the magic actually happens. Over in the Schema Navigator, you're going to see a database called Parks_Recreation. Inside that, we've got a table called Employee_Demographics. So to knock out task number 1 on your memo, you're going to type the single most famous command in data history. Select star from Employee_Demographics. That little asterisk, it literally just means give me everything. You hit execute, and boom.
Just look at what comes back in your results grid. We've got Leslie Knope, Tom Haverford, April Ludgate. It's the whole department. So the absolutely crucial point here is that by using that single asterisk, you've commanded the database to fetch every single row and every single column from that table. It is incredibly powerful. But to really understand what just happened, we need to break down the actual language you're speaking.
Think of the select statement like you're talking to a massive, hyper-organized digital filing cabinet. You're telling it exactly which folders to go fetch. It is the absolute backbone of SQL. But as you're about to find out on your very first day, if you don't tell the filing cabinet exactly which drawer to open first, things can get a little messy.
Oh boy, here is your first bit of workplace drama. Let's say you open up a brand new query tab and type select star from Employee_Demographics. Again, suddenly a giant red X pops up at the bottom of your screen. Error code 1146. It says the table doesn't exist. Wait, what? You just saw Leslie and Tom. Did you just delete the entire department? No, don't panic. Look really closely at the error message. It says it's looking for sys.employee_demographics. Your computer just defaulted to the wrong database drawer.
And this brilliantly illustrates a super common rookie mistake, but it's a really easy fix. You basically have two choices here. You can either double-click Parks and Recreation in your sidebar to make it your default database, or you can just explicitly type it out right in your query, like this, from parksandrecreation.employee_demographics. Phew, crisis averted.
All right, task 2 is done, but the phone is already ringing. It's human resources, and they definitely don't want everything. They don't care about employee IDs or birth dates. They want you to narrow the data down to just the first name, last name, gender, and age. So instead of that broad asterisk, you are going to literally type out those specific column names right after your select command, separating each one with a comma. You are totally taking control of the output here. Now, what's really interesting about this next slide is that HR has a follow-up request. They want some corporate age projections, which means creating a brand new column that calculates everyone's future age. Well, guess what? SQL isn't just a retrieval tool, it's actually a giant calculator, and it strictly follows PEMDAS. Yep, the exact same order of operations you learned back in middle school math. Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. So HR gives you this frankly bizarre formula. Take their age, add 10, multiply it by 10, and then add another 10. Okay, to make SQL calculate this correctly, we literally just type age plus 10 times 10 plus 10 directly into our select statement. And because of PEMDAS, the database knows to handle that addition inside the parentheses first, then it does the multiplication, and finally it knocks out that last bit of addition.
Let's look at the output of that query. It instantly calculated this for every single row. Look at Leslie Knope. Her current age of 44 instantly transforms into 550. Jerry's age of 61 shoots all the way up to 720. Imagine having a spreadsheet of 10,000 employees and trying to do this by hand? No way. This demonstrates the massive, time-saving power of doing your arithmetic directly inside your SQL queries.
Okay, final task of the day. Corporate wants a diversity report on the gender categories present in the department. Now, if you just select the gender column, you're going to get this giant, repetitive list endlessly scrolling down your screen. Female, male, female, male. It's literally just a raw dump of data. That's not a helpful summary at all. We need to clean this up and find only the unique categories without all that repeating noise.
So let's tackle our final skill for the day, the distinct keyword. By simply dropping the word distinct right after select, you activate this incredibly powerful filter.
Select Distinct Gender tells the database to look at that massive list, completely strip away every single duplicate, and hand you back strictly the unique values. Our output instantly shrinks down to just 2 clean rows, female and male. It is elegant, it's fast, and it perfectly answers corporate's question.
Well done. You have officially survived your first day at Parks and Rec. You've fetched specific data, you've navigated schema errors, done mathematical projections on the fly, and filtered out duplicates using the distinct keyword. You are officially querying data. But here is something to chew on before you clock out for the day. Right now, you only know how to talk to one table at a time. What happens when payroll's data is in a completely different table, and you need to merge Leslie's demographic data with her salary data? You've successfully pulled the data, but can you connect it? We are going to tackle that exact puzzle next time. Keep learning, keep querying, and I'll see you in the next explainer.